Now, could y'all imagine if I somehow found a way to wear these glasses for the entire stream? Could y'all imagine that? Like, how the fuck does Joker wear this throughout the entire game? Like, this is one hell of a mask, man. Like, you can't see shit through this, bro. It's kind of like scuba gear, something like that. Jesus. It makes my eyes look so fucking weird for some reason, though. Let me just take these off. Put that back on the stand. You know what's funny, you guys? I completely forgot. I totally spaced. Oh, what's up, y'all? Back at it like a crack addict. Yeah, all that stuff. I totally spaced and I forgot that in the Persona 5 Royal Collector's Edition, you got the mask in the stand. And it wasn't until I was on my boy's podcast and I saw that he had it on display. And I'm just like, why don't I have my mask on display? That's crazy. So I finally took it out of the packaging right here. The Joker 5 Persona 5 Royal Mask. I gotta find a place to put it around the room. I have to find a place for this, the Rengoku statue, and just all this shit, man. That's what I love being a nerd, but at the same time, being a nerd can be just, oh, it can be very stressful. Trying to find place. You know what it is? I might install it on like a shelf or something. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. But for the time being, I just have it on my desk. So I look at that whenever I do work or I have to do the streams and all that stuff. But what's going on, people? What's up? What's happening, y'all? Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? Test, mic check, audio check. How's everything sounding, guys? How's the audio levels? How's the music in the background? Is it a little too high, a little too low? Let your boy Neo know. So that way, y'all are comfortable throughout the stream. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and do the shoutouts in the chat. First comment, unfortunately, goes to Flame. He said Neo is a bottom. I mean, listen, I can play multiple roles. What can I say, my friend? What can I say? Variety is the spice of life, my friend. What about you guys? You top or bottom? No, this shit's already going left and we just started. But like most things in life, you can blame Flame for it because he started it, not me. Let's see. So we have a $2 super chat coming in from the homie Artsy Avanti. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Kurama versus Hiei, no prep time, just all out assaults. All right, so here's the thing. Even though I am repping my boy Hiei, even though I got that Hiei drip and Hiei's dripping out in the drip, so it's just double drip tonight, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Kurama. Because if y'all see what he gets down with in his Yoko form, Demon Kurama, like that shit, nah, that man is a ruthless killer. So yeah, I'm definitely going Team Kurama with that one. Flame says I'm a bottom most of the time. I'm lazy. Hey, I respect it. I respect it, my brother. Whatever she says I am. Hey, yo, look at this guy, Ace Breaker. See, Ace Breaker? Yo, I'm having flashbacks of last week's stream. This fucking guy. Oh, my God. Okay. We got Ghost Fixter in the chat. What's up, Ghost Fixter? We got JMac19. What up? NintenDon The Otaku. Again, unfortunately, both you and Flame existing. My Kitty Pink, my Booty Hole Brown. Well, damn. Okay. We got David Biglot in the chat. Wagwan, my brother. We got DIMWITMONKEY. We got J-Fam. What's going on, gentlemen? Good to see you. Oh, Jason, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'll see you tomorrow anyway. So yeah, me and the homie Jason, we actually meeting up tomorrow. Two grown-ass men after work. We're going to watch that Super Mario Brothers movie, man. Just look at us. Look at us. Just a bunch of people. Look at that. We got the homie Rhino in the building. What's going on, Angel? Back at it like a crack addict. You better be back in the gym right now, my man. What am I saying, though? That is what I'm saying, though. This time, let's start the stream with shots. Oh, y'all trying to kill me? We're gonna talk about what happened last week a little later on. We got Julian Phoenix. I'm at work. I wasn't ready. But like most things in life, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Or you can just dive into it. You can just go balls deep in that shit. Neo making sure he does this while we're at work so we can't force him to drink and stay longer. Oh no, we are not. What happened last week is not happening again tonight. Rest easy, rest assured, my friends. We got Remote Brian in the chat. Why is Neo such a goat? Hashtag the world may never go. Oh my God, man, thank you for that comment, man. I really needed that. It's been a rough week and your comment just made my day. It made my evening. I appreciate you, my brother. Daily reminder that Sonic can never beat Mario. Oh, here he goes again. Don Otaku is very salty that Mario movie is getting worse reviews than the Sonic movies, but I digress. We got Shay Thomas. Are we taking shots early tonight? Oh my Lord, y'all some alcoholics. Damn. I was noticing. I'm still getting comments for that fucking stream last time. That shit was legendary, bro. We got CB that guy. What's up, Neo? What do you think of the leaks so far on Joker 2? Hold on, wait. Why is this not moving? Okay, I'm open to it. I just hope it's not a full-on High School Musical. So yeah, the only leaks I really know about the Joker sequel is the fact that it's going to be a musical. That's part of the reason why they cast Lady Gaga. And there's going to be some singing in it. Honestly, I don't necessarily mind it. I feel like that's something different for the genre. I enjoyed the first Joker movie, but I don't really see how you could follow it up with a sequel. I feel like Joker is a perfect standalone movie. The ending, again, it just harken back to the whole, you know, like, is this real or is this not? Could this potentially be a case of multiple choice, or was it all in his head? I thought that the way they handled the end of that movie was great. So a sequel I wasn't really keen on, especially if it's like, what are you going to do? What kind of story are you going to tell? So if they're doing something different with it, I don't mind it. Because if it works out really well, it works out really well. And if it fucking sucks, it fucking sucks. And hey, at least they can say they tried. You know what I'm saying? I am more interested in checking out what Joker 2 has to offer, if I'm being real, than another samey, formulaic comic book movie that we've gotten before. That's just my 2 cents on it. We got the homie Corey Gryffindor. Guess who finished Resident Evil 2 after 4 years and finished Resident Evil 3 in 3 days? This guy. Now I got Resident Evil 4. Oh, my man. Dude, it's so fucking special to be able to play all of those games back to back. Like, the Resident Evil games are goated, man. Well, most of the games are goated. But yeah, dude, like, Resident Evil 2 is a freaking masterpiece. 3 is okay. It's definitely not as good as it should have been. And they took out a lot of stuff from the past game. Well, the original Resident Evil 3. I mean, it's alright, especially if you can get it for cheap. Like, if I bought that day one, I'd be pissed the fuck off, man. And 4 is awesome. 4 is awesome, man. I love it. I'm still really early because I haven't had a lot of gaming time this week, but I'm on chapter 3, and I'm going to definitely play it tonight after the stream. I'm not taking no shots. The only shot I'm playing with is a shotgun in the game. Let's see who else is in here. We got Zubin Jacob. What's going on, my brother? Hope everyone is doing well and wishing y'all a happy Easter. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yo, Easter is this Sunday. If y'all can believe it or not. Jesus, where the hell is the time going, man? It's the freaking first week of the month. And bro, first week of the 4th month of the year, and I feel like it's just started. It's crazy, man. Gene says Resident Evil 4 is game of the year. To be honest, hey, listen, it's definitely a contender. Like, as far as the games that have released so far, definitely one of the highest quality ones. Let's see. Don, you must be swole as fuck to be moving all those goalposts. I'm screaming, man. That's true. Don Otaku definitely be moving goalposts like it's his part-time job. Saying ain't so. We got J Rolls in the chat. Gang, 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 gang. What's up, my brother? Let's see. It said what's up to Acebreaker. It said what's up to Gene. Let's see. We got Feared. We got who's that? Okay, there it is. We got Feared Camille in the chat. What up? What up? We got Ryan Ginther. Neo is the best. What are your thoughts on Persona 5 Strikers? Enjoyed it, but I think it's slept on by too many Atlas fans. Have a great stream, and I'll catch the replay later. Oh, thank you, my brother. So here's the thing. I actually have not played Strikers yet. I have Strikers. And it's so funny because I remember I was gonna buy Strikers eventually when it went on sale for $20, because the whole story with me is I don't really like Muso games that much. I mean, they're fun, turn your brain off, have fun type of shtick, but more often than not, those aren't really the type of games I want to play. But I mean, hey, to each their own. People like it, just like people like Muso games, people like Call of Duty, and people like Destiny, people like Warframe. It's just, for some people, it's that game for them. But you know, because it was Persona themed, I'm more inclined to check it out, and I did hear it was one of the better Muso titles that are available. But yeah, it just wasn't on my radar because, you know, you had to finish Royal to really enjoy it, from what I have been led to believe. And then by the time, you know, I was thinking about buying it, they offered it up for free, I think, on PlayStation Plus. So I'm just like, I'll get to it once I finish Royal. If I just want to have a game that I put a podcast on in the background and I just listen to and play it. Because I feel like every so often you want to have a game that's like that. Like Yakuza Like a Dragon, because I was playing it in Japanese. For the most part, like if I wasn't watching a cutscene, I just put on a podcast. I went through my YouTube subscriptions and I just played the game. For most other games that aren't those type of, I guess, JRPGs or, you know, an Elder Scrolls title or whatever, I want to be fully immersed in it. Like, I don't know how some people, unless they're doing like side quests or whatever, like how could you play like a really narrative intense game and then you just listen to some wild shit in the background? I don't know. Like, I guess to each their own. But yeah, I'll definitely get down to it. We're going for 10 hours tonight, ladies and gents. Oh, B-Rex Media. It's so cute. It's so cute that you can sit here and think we're going to be here for 10 hours. Y'all crazy. But that stream that stream was like 6. Was that the longest Ask Neo we've ever done? 6 hours? I mean, I did a 12-hour stream before, but we were doing like gameplay and you know, just chatting and stuff. But a 6-hour Ask Neo stream is wild, bro. We got 2 super chats coming in. $2 super chat from Flame. Can we talk about that Blue Beetle trailer? Absolutely, my brother. We have a lot of topics to discuss tonight, so remind me if I don't touch on them. And then we have a $1.99 super chat from Julian Phoenix. John Wick 4 spoiler talk? I mean, I feel like it is still too soon, Julian. I feel like it is too soon for people to want to talk about John Wick. 'Cause there's still a lot of people in my life who have not seen the movie yet because it did only come out. I think this is, what is this, like the second weekend for John Wick? I would say like after a month or so. Because if you haven't got out of the theaters in a month and you said you're excited for John Wick, like you better be working like 90-hour work weeks, have 14 kids. Damn, I'm sounding like, it sounds like I'm talking about Ace Breaker right now. This is crazy, you know, and all that stuff. Because, you know, the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? So I would say probably like on the next Ask Neo or the Ask Neo after that, we can do a full-on John Wick 4 spoiler talk. Okay, let's see. I see you recovered from last time stream. Yeah, we definitely did. That'll be the first topic we discuss. We got Red Sage in the chat. We got Ivan. What's up, y'all? Hey Neo, do you like One Piece? I do enjoy partaking in one piece of chicken. I do like that. We got Retro Lad in the chat. What's up? Okay, going down the list. We got Pooh Bear. What's up, Pooh Bear? We got Andrew James. There's a difference between being an alcoholic and always being down to drink. That is true, but you gotta be careful or else the lines will blur, just like your vision blurs after that 8th shot. Dylan Collins, hey, I'm getting gig speed internet Friday. Oh, that's awesome, man. Enjoy that shit, man. Fiber optic, gigabit speed, all that shit, fucking beautiful, bro. We got that side in the chat. What's up, my brother? Let's see. We got T-Bell. Resident Evil 3 is fire. You tripping? No, Resident Evil 3 is a decent game, bro. But compared to 2, it's a big fucking step down. If we're talking the OG Resident Evil 3, the OG Resident Evil 3 is fire. The remake is passable. We got Cyborg. What's up? Blue Beetle is a DC Spider-Man, and it's exhausting. Damn. Tell us how you really feel, my brother. Let's see. All right, so we have a couple more people, and then we'll do the intro, and business as usual, friends. We got Char as a basket case. Hey, dude, how you been? I've been swell, my brother. How you doing? We got Video Game Lover. What's up, Video Game Lover? We got Jessica Drew. What's up, bro? How's your day been? My day it's been pretty swell. It's been pretty swell, you know. We're going to get into all the stuff later on. We got Black Lightning in the chat. We got Alex2256. Neo, I'm at the gym getting my Goku swole on. What up, yo? My man making the gains. My man is making the gains. You love to fucking see it, y'all. And I believe those are all the shout outs. Oh, we have True Unboxing with a retracted message. Ooh, don't know what was going on there. I wonder. But yeah, I think that is everybody, unless I forgot somebody, and of course someone's gonna say, it was me, bitch! And I'm like, oh, fuck. But anyways, you guys, welcome to another fantastic and fabulous episode of Ask Neo. If y'all are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. Ask Neo is my Q&A series where you guys ask me questions, and I answer them to the best of my ability. There is no real flow or structure to the show. You guys ask me questions, I answer them. Sometimes we have a couple of topics. If there were really cool trailers that came out for games or movies, or if there was just like some earth-shattering, world-breaking news that came out, we discuss those as well. But yeah, it's a pretty chill show. You know, sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage of choice, put this on while you're cooking dinner, you know, put this on when you're at the gym, on your commute home, maybe when you're having sex. Like, I don't care what you do with this. Just have fun with it. But if you can do me a favor, click down below in the video description. You guys will find a couple of links of interest. Those are all the links to my social media outlets, from my Instagram to my Twitter to our Discord community. If you want to follow me, those are the best outlets to reach me at, especially Twitter. It gets pretty spicy on Twitter. And by spicy, I mean I just get roasted all the time by my followers. But it's okay. It's okay. That's what I'm in therapy for. It's all good. It's all good. And yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. We got 60 viewers opening right now, and we have 17 likes. So if you can bump those likes up, because those are rookie fucking numbers, we gotta get the likes up. Speaking of which, I just rewatched that movie for the first time in a while, and it's still really good. Yeah, getting butt to Neo in the background is wild. Hey, listen, you never know what people got going on, J-World, especially the stories that you and I have discussed. Like, yo, people in this life is wild, fam. Now we need a sex tape with Ask Neo on in the background. Hey, listen, if there's ever a sex scene in a movie and then you just see my black ass on a TV in the background, I'm like, Mom, I made it. I definitely made it. It's gonna be like that episode of SpongeBob where where remember the whole commercial for I think it was the Krusty Krab, and SpongeBob was like, look, Gary, it's me, it's right there, and it's just SpongeBob's hat or his hand or something. That's gonna be me, man. Yes, sir. Tell the ladies we're watching Ask Neo on date night. Oh, absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. Now, it is mad funny, though, because my boy Rhino, shout out to Rhino, he be telling me, because he be watching the stream when he's in the house, and his wife is, his wife is existing. She's doing whatever. She's doing her wife things, whether she's doing, like, cooking, or she's doing her schoolwork, or she's taking care of the kids, or whatever, and she just be hearing the shit we be talking about, and I'm like, yeah, that's what we like. We like other people hear what we got to say. But yeah, you guys, feel free to ask questions if I have not answered them before. After like 20 minutes or so, feel free to ask them again. We do have a couple of topics to talk about because there was a lot of shit that happened in the past 2 days or so. And I'm kind of glad that we waited until Wednesday to discuss this, so we don't have to wait until the following Tuesday to make it happen. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. We have a couple of movie trailers. There's the Blue Beetle trailer. Of course, there's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. There was, unfortunately, an influx of remakes and reboots and all that shit as well. So yeah, and we just got a super chat sent in from a pissed bin sent. I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna butcher this as I butcher most people's names. Super chats are a great way to support the channel if you guys want to see your question answered with priority and have it on screen, ask some funny stuff, ask some serious stuff, whatever it is. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and answer that super chat. And I really like that it translates the currency into American dollars if you do it through what am I doing this through? Stream something? I forgot the app. I'm an old man, Neo, at this point. If you have time, could you show all of your anime shirts collection in your closet, including your Yu Yu Hakusho shirt you're wearing now? Thanks. So yeah, I definitely have a couple of them. But the thing with my anime shirt collection is that a lot of them, I ended up either putting it away in storage or I donated it, because a lot of the older anime shirts that I bought, when you buy them from Hot Topic or Spencer's or all those places, they're not the highest quality. And especially if you're somebody who, you work out and everything, like you just want the clothing to match. So the anime clothing that I've been buying recently as of late has been from this website called Atsuko, which makes like high quality, high premium merch. Like Atsuko is great. Uniqlo, every single time they do like a collaboration, I usually pick up a shirt or two from there. But Atsuko is awesome. So I have this Hiei shirt, which you guys will see right here. Really dope ass freaking shirt. And I have some on hand, which I'll just grab just to show y'all. Actually, I do have a couple of shirts from, because what I used to do, well, I still do this now, but a lot of the anime shirts that are either like I got recently and I don't feel like wearing around in public or whatever, I just use it as lounge merch. So I went to, I think it was Hot Topic a few years ago, and I bought, what did I buy? I got this Demon Slayer shirt. I think this is like right around the time I started watching Demon Slayer. Obviously I still love Demon Slayer. So I got a Demon Slayer shirt, that one. I got this one right here. This is actually one of my favorite images from the show. I have a One Piece shirt that I keep in my car just for emergencies. It's really weird. Like I wore it to the gym one time as like a pump cover. And then I was like, oh, I didn't really need this because I didn't get it dirty. So I'll just leave it in the car just in case. So if anything goes wrong and you see me wearing that One Piece shirt, it's like, what the fuck? This is a Bob Marley shirt. This is a Bob Marley shirt that my mom's friend got me a couple years ago, actually. I don't know why. Just have a Bob Marley shirt in my closet. Never a bad thing at all. I have this really dope Yusuke and Hiei shirt that it's currently in my laundry that I have not folded yet. So I'd have to get that out. But I have this awesome, where is it? Here it is. I got this cool bar shirt, which I was thinking about wearing for the stream tonight. This one right here, because it's sick. And I have this dope ass fit that matches this shirt. But yeah, that's just a couple. And like I said, when I get some of the other stuff, folded from the laundry and everything, I'll probably do like a proper shirt collection. Pump cover. What's a pump cover? So pump cover is like one of the it's basically, how do I describe this? It's one of the trendy ways of having clothes on under your gym well, having clothes on top of your gym clothes that are used as sort of like, this is just very vain, trust me, but you'll understand. So you go into the gym, and you don't want to go into the gym with like just your regular gym clothes. You usually have something over it, whether it's a sweatshirt or a hoodie or just something else that just gets you in the mindset, in the zone. And then when shit is ready to go or you sweat too much, you just take off that shirt and you have your gym attire and everything. It's the weird shit. It's the weird shit. It's like, so it's just a fucking hoodie? No, it's not necessarily. It can be a hoodie, but it can be a sweater. It can also be a t-shirt. And especially if you're wearing a stringer and you're doing squats and you don't want the bar to dig into your back, you have like a t-shirt. So it just, yeah. But it's definitely become popularized, like the term, from this generation of like TikTokers and shit like that. It's like taking off the weighted gear. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Red Sage. Because the second that shit comes off, it's like, boom. I always take my pump covers off like half an hour into my workouts, because by that point I'm warmed up, I've done my stretching, I've done my mobility, and it's time to go, man. Let's see. Okay, so we have 2 super chats that just came in. $1.99 for Julian Phoenix. Did you see the Unicorn Eternals trailer? No, I did not. Hold on. Oh, Gustavo Bravo just messaged me. No, I didn't. Unicorn Warriors Eternal trailer. No, I haven't. I'll add this to the list. Is that who's working on this show? I want to say that's Gendy, right? Yeah, that's a Gendy. Gendy's working on this. Okay, so I'll have to check it out. Okay, so we have a $9.99 super chat coming in from the homie J World. That's my brother right there. What would it take for you to hit 1 million subs, and how long do you think it would take? It's crazy to see a 6-year-old Neo in his bag still making vids. Honestly, like, my mom asked me that question a while ago. She asked me, because, you know, parents, they don't really know what you're doing, but they know you do. And she was just like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to eventually hit like 500,000 subs, 1 million subs and everything? And I'm just like, Mom, I'm having fun here. I'm having fun here. To me, it's not necessarily about the sub count. Like, if I buckled down and I was consistent and I kept posting content and doing shorts and doing all this stuff, like, my sub count would grow. Like, in the past couple years, the time that I was the most dedicated to YouTube was during lockdown. Like, that whole year or so that we were locked down, we didn't go anywhere. That was like the most consistent I was on YouTube ever, posting multiple videos a week, multiple streams a week, all that stuff. And then you slow down because you're just back to life and everything, and of course shit happens and all that stuff. And I'm just like, man, so this rush, like, all it takes is for me to just buckle the fuck down, and that's all it is. So honestly, I think what it would take, Jason, well, not Jason, fucking J World. So many J's in the chat. We got Jessica Drew, we got J Fam, we got J World. Y'all gotta start fucking Avengers and shit. All it would take was just for me to buckle down and focus on that. Like, focus on it, maybe cut back at a few hours at my other job and everything, and then just focus on this, grind on this, like, no distractions whatsoever. No distractions, no fucking relationship, like, none of that shit, bro. Because as it stands right now, just with my current schedule, it's usually like I have time for a stream a week, maybe a video if I'm lucky, and then everything else currently is just focused on all those other things. But, you know, the one thing I am thankful for is I'm able to rock with y'all, like, at least every single week for an Ask Neo stream where we can have this fun. And that's honestly what I would make a priority. Like, regardless of anything else, like, I gotta have the Ask Neo stream. Like, no questions asked. Like, that is a thing. But yeah, no. Honestly, I'll still be making content on YouTube until this site goes down. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I've been doing this for so long and I love it, and it's just one of those things that there's always something to talk about, and there's always fun to be had. You know what I'm saying? There's always fun to be had. Like, bro, we did a 6-hour stream last week where, like, the first 2 hours we talked about stuff and the last 4 was something different. So yeah, that's the best part about it. I believe in you, Neo, but you got to take a rest and keep yourself healthy and rested. Absolutely, Jessica Drew. Absolutely. Like, that's one of my main focal points. Like, to me, like, obviously life, the priorities and stuff, you know, work, mental health, physical health, all that stuff comes kind of before recreational entertainment and things like that. Because making sure that my entire temple is correct, it lets me enjoy those things even more. Like, I'm very thankful that I'm fortunate enough to be able to wake up and the first thing I do is I just go to the gym. Like, boom. Because then once I do that, it already takes a huge weight off my shoulders. It takes a huge weight off my shoulders that I've put in those dues, and now I can enjoy everything else in life, you know? Let's see. Last week was beautiful. It was. Like, last week, honest to God, and you know what? Let's talk about last week's stream. So, for those of y'all who were in attendance to last Tuesday's Ask Neo stream, comment down below, and for those who haven't, let me give y'all the rundown. So, basically, last week's Ask Neo started out pretty normal, regular. You know, the shows go on for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then towards the end of the stream, your boy made some interesting calls. So you guys know throughout the stream, I have something called a hydration check, and this is probably the earliest I've mentioned a hydration check ever. Where, you know, we do the hydration check. You know, at the end of the stream, we just chug water. It's like a fun thing. We've been doing it for like what, 3 years now. It's awesome. But that stream in particular, I didn't have any water nearby. I didn't have any seltzer water or bottled water. And, you know, I didn't want to go all the way downstairs to go get it from the fridge, like the Brita water, the filter water. So I was like, yo, you know what? Just because I have no water here, and just because I promised y'all we'd have a stream where we drank, I said, let's just take a shot. And I said, I'll take a shot if you guys take a shot, because I don't want to do that shit by myself. Lonely ass guy taking a shot while all these people watch and be like, yeah, that's the good stuff. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll take a shot if you guys take a shot. And then we took a shot, and then someone's like, wait, I didn't take a shot with you. And I was like, fuck it, we'll take another shot. So we were alternating throughout the night of moonshine and whiskey. Like, those are the 2 shots. And by the end of the stream, we ended up doing about 8 shots over the course of, I want to say, 2 hours. And it was wild, bro. It was wild. We just like, there was one point where I kissed my Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition. You know, there was just a bunch of crazy hilarity happening. We had a whole courtroom session. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then the next morning, I didn't wake up with a hangover. Thankfully, which I'm very glad I didn't. So I had no headache or nothing, but man, like, my insides, they felt like so depleted. Like, give us nourishment. We don't want to do nothing, right? We don't want to do anything. So, you know, I was crazy dehydrated, even though I drank a lot of water. It's just what happens when you have a lot of alcohol in your system. And I'm not like the biggest drinker. This is the weirdest thing. So I'm not the biggest drinker, but when I drink, I can drink a lot. Like, those 8 shots, I wasn't fucked up. I wasn't drunk. I didn't need to throw up or nothing. So, but after the fact, I was like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Your insides were depleted. Pause. Hey, no pause about that. We press and play. You know, everything on Ask Neo is raw and uncut. No matter how weird that shit sounds. Y'all know this. Y'all know. Listen, a lot of y'all are regulars. A lot of y'all know me for years. You know what you signed up for at this point. But yeah, it was so much fun. I do not regret that night one bit. We had so much like crazy banter, and everyone was taking shots, and everybody was sending me selfies. I said, listen, if you're taking a shot at me, you have to send it to me. And everybody sent me photos on Twitter DM and Instagram, and I was like, I fucking love you guys. We going through this shit together. And then one of my boys from high school joined in, and oh man, it was just awesome. Let's see. Gustavo Bravo sent me a message. Hold on. What did Gustavo Bravo send? Oh, he's donating blood. Oh, wow. He's donating blood right now. Holy shit. Look at that guy. My guy. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I do not regret it one bit, and I'm just so happy I got to do that with y'all. Like, this is a precursor. This is a precursor to when we all meet in the real and we have fun. But I think if we do meet in the real, I'm gonna keep it classy. Your boy Neo's gonna be classy, and by classy I mean just vodka sodas. Cause vodka sodas, I can dictate the progression of the night. You start getting some tequila in me, you meet a different person entirely. Man. Once I have some shots of tequila, and I love tequila, mind you, but once I have some shots of tequila, the whole night, it like, you've seen Spider-Verse and how, like, just the color palettes and everything, that's what happens when, like, 4 shots of tequila enter Neo. Everything is a whole, I'm entering the fucking Spider-Verse at this rate, guys. Oh, man. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, we have a $4.99. We were just talking about you, Gustavo Bravo. We have $4.99 from Blue Senshi 19. Hello, Fivehead. Just donated blood. How you doing? I'm doing a lot worse now that you're here. Thank you for asking. Also repaired my old PS3 just so I can play Persona 3 FES. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bro, you know what the thing is? Well, kudos to you for donating blood, my guy. I've high key been going out there and thinking of buying another PS3, man, because I really want to replay the old God of War games. Like, I have all of these HD collections here on the PS3, because, you know, the PS3 was crazy with that. You know, some of these are available on the newer systems, like, you know, the Jack games, they have like the Jack trilogy, Jack X, and all that stuff. But, you know, you can't play the Sly Cooper games on PS5 unless you stream them, right? But, you know, these are classics. So, you know, the Sly collection, of course, you have the OG Ratchet and Clank games, great stuff right here. You know, the first two God of War games. I feel like this is the very first HD collection to ever come out, like ever, you know? So you have that. And then you have the Origins collection, which were the PSP games. I just really want to play them, but my PS3, every time I plug it in, it turns on, but it's not working, man. It does not display anything. I think I might have to either change. I don't know what it is. Somebody said I have to change something in the system, like reapply thermal paste, or I had to change something. I don't know. But yeah, I still have my PS3 Slim from 2009. Part of me just wants to go on like Craigslist and buy a PS3 just to have it, you know what I'm saying? I don't even care if it's one of the like slim models or whatever. Don't buy it from DK Oldies. Oh god, hell no. Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, the Ratchet and Clank, the OG trilogy is awesome, dude. You can emulate them on Xbox. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Since I game share with my boy on Xbox, my Series S has just been sitting here in my room. You know what I'm saying? Because I have my Series X. I used to have my Series S downstairs, but now I'm just like, I don't game downstairs like that. So I have my Series S here. I might just turn it into an emulation machine. I might do that, bro. Let's see. Hey, Zack Rodriguez, what's up, bro? Bro, I just got a follow on Twitter by someone named the Black Harry Potter. What an honor. Jesus, look at that. Yeah, the PS3 was great for those HD collections, man. Oh man, I have so many of them. Like, I bought those. Of course, there's the Jack and Daxter HD collection, the Team Eco collection, which was Shadow of the Colossus and Eco. There was the Tomb Raider ones, there was the Hitman ones, there was the Kingdom Hearts ones. There's a lot of shit on there, bro. Ratchet and Clank PS4 and Rift Apart are not even top 5 Ratchet and Clank games, honestly. No, they're not, but they're really, really solid Ratchet and Clank games, all things considered. They're like definitely top 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously the PS2 ones. And oh man, Crack in Time was fucking amazing, bro. Crack in Time? Oh, that shit was so good. That shit was amazing. Oh, you're playing Persona 4? Awesome, dude. Persona 4 is great. Wii games on a Series S and X. Yes, sir. I'ma confuse the masses. Yeah, Xbox Series consoles, if you tinker with it, you can put emulators on it and shit. It's actually a really good emulator. I try to stay off Twitter. The porn be too fire. I just love how we just went straight into that. Like, no rhyme or reason. Like, we were talking about something else. We just said, yeah, Twitter be porn. But nah, that's a fact. I've definitely seen you favoriting some stuff, J-World. I've seen that stuff, and I've been looking like, damn, this is nice. But then I start scrolling, and I'm like, oh, this is too nice. This is too nice, man. I saw there was this one black chick. I was like, oh, Jesus, bro. But I'm a child of God. You guys know I've never even had a girlfriend before in my life, dude. Like, stop. Retro Lad says, Chris, what are your thoughts on the Street Fighter live action rights going to Legendary? I hope it doesn't flop. I mean, if they can make a good Street Fighter movie, by all means, go for it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have faith in most people working on these projects. Oh, shout out to Tommy. Shout out Tommy Perez for subscribing to the channel. I just don't have any faith whatsoever in any of these companies, bar a few exceptions, on making good adaptations. I just don't, man. It's one of those things where if you don't got the talent, you don't got the fucking talent. You know, you gotta take these things seriously. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, I did enjoy what they did with that. Like, that was a nice little small scale project. And then the second season or whatever, I didn't enjoy as much. But yeah, it's we'll see what happens, man. Like, Legendary, I feel like, aren't they still trying to get that Legendary, they're still trying to work on what, the Gundam movie that they got with Netflix? That still hasn't happened yet. I think they're also doing a Metal Gear Solid movie with the guy who did Kong Skull Island. That still hasn't happened yet. Like, they just be saying these things, man. Like, yeah, we got the rights. You gonna do anything with them? No. I'm like, all right, fuck that shit then. What's up, Andre Venom, Robert Slade, C. Pierre? What's up, Za16? How y'all doing? Wait, hold on. Don Wayne just said, I had to beat Resident Evil 4 on assist, and I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody. Damn. Not even on standard? Damn. I mean, you know, live your life. Maybe don't live it out loud. Maybe live it on mute or negative volume, but live your life, my friend. Oh yeah, the Steam Deck is amazing, bro. Like, every single day that passes, I'm just so glad I bought it. Like, it's great. Weenie Hut Junior levels. Yeah, shout out to my homie Joaquin, though. He started playing Resident Evil 4, and then he got to the start screen, and then he asked his brother to finish the game for him. It was wild, bro. I don't really think Resident Evil... full disclosure, I'm playing Resident Evil 4 on standard mode, because most games... Unless it's something I really want to challenge with, like, I just play it on the regular difficulty. Unless I want something like, unless I want to be tested, like God of War, you know, obviously I played that on the second highest difficulty, not giving God of War. But Resident Evil 4, I'm just like, I'm going to run through the game once on standard, and then I'll go back and play it on the higher difficulty. That's just what I do. But I don't ever play a game on the easiest difficulty. To me, that's just, it's too much of a cakewalk. And at that point, I might as well just like watch it on YouTube. I'm sorry. I hate to be that dude that says get good, but like, come on, like just get fucking good at the game. And a lot of these games give you so much shit at your disposal. Like Resident Evil 4, dude, like I have never run into a situation where I'm out of ammo, out of supplies, out of whatever. Like the game on standard is very generous. But yeah, Resident Evil games are definitely better on the harder difficulties. But I just always start out because I want to breeze through the game on the normal difficulty and then go back for the harder difficulty. Oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake is dope. I got some issues with the pacing, but it's fun. What are your thoughts on the Mario movie? So I have not seen the Mario movie yet, y'all. I'm actually going to watch it tomorrow night. Me and J-Fam, we're meeting up. We're going to go see the movie together. And yeah, we're probably... I don't think we're going to post a review out of the theater, but definitely on the next Ask Neo session, we're going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie. They did come out, like, because the movie is playing right now. I think there was screenings Tuesday night and now Wednesday. And yeah, they basically released it a little earlier because it's like Easter week, I guess. So it's going to have like a long projection of like high box office tallies and all that shit. But yeah, like, you know, reviews came out. For the most part, people aren't feeling it. They say that it's very much so an Illumination movie with a Mario skin, which is to be expected. Like the second they announced Illumination was working on it, I knew it's going to be not as great as it could be. But to the same degree, it's just, I hate saying this because I feel like it takes away from great animated movies geared towards kids. It's an Illumination movie made for kids. Like they're not in the business of making great all-around movies. They're just making movies that are targeting kids. And if you find a couple of interesting things about them, cool. You know, like in my personal opinion, the best stuff from Illumination as of late was like, I enjoyed the first Sing movie. Despicable Me and all that stuff, it has its moments, but it gets drawn out towards the end. Both Mario, I'm going into it just knowing like this is probably going to be a blech movie with a Mario skin and with some nice Easter eggs and references. And you know, if it's not terrible, I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the greatest thing since Pants with Pockets, but you know, if it checks those boxes, cool. Would I have liked this to be handled by a more competent studio like the people working on Spider-Verse? Absolutely. Like Pixar? Absolutely. But the thing about Nintendo is they want to work with people who they can control, and I don't think you can really wrestle control over those people. Like Illumination, yeah, because they're like bottom tier, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think it'll be okay. Nah, but going forward, stuff like Zelda and shit like that, I don't want Illumination to touch that shit. Because the thing about Illumination, from what I've noticed, even with the people who enjoyed it, they say there's way too many gags. There's way, like they moments can't breathe. You know, moments where you just wanted to focus on the characters, they do stupid, dumb shit, pop culture shit, and I'm like, yeah, it's Illumination. I would love for Laika to work on a Legend of Zelda movie. That is a match made in heaven. If Laika did Legend of Zelda, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Neo, what's your opinion on all the live action remakes they're making now? Oh, we got a lot of remake questions tonight. Pierre asked that. Jonathan K has a question about Kingdom Hearts remakes. Yeah, so all right, yeah, as far as like all the live action remakes they're doing, I assume you're referring to what's been going on with Disney. Yeah, so for those who are unaware, a couple of days ago, we got word from Disney that they are doing a live action remake of Moana. A movie that is still fairly recent. This movie is not even 10 years old, and they're already talking about doing a live action remake. Which, listen, on the one hand, I have just been so drained from the influx of redundant Disney live action remakes, adaptations, whatever you want to call them, that I just don't have the energy to care. Oh, and also, yeah, someone said, yeah, they're also doing a live action Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, they just cast the little girl who's playing Lilo. She looks like she's going to be great, but at the same time, again, this is my problem when it comes to a lot of these live action Disney properties that are getting, well, these Disney properties that are getting the live action treatment. The only reason that they're doing this is because they know it's a surefire bet. They know it's going to get them guaranteed cash. And I understand someone's going to come in and say, well, that's all cinema at the end of the day. Look, you think that Marvel is making all these movies because they care? No, they're doing it because they make money. Yes, everybody understands it. But to the same degree, you can still make movies that please everybody and make a shit ton of money. Like, let's be serious here, right? These live action Disney movies, every single time one comes out, it seems like it's getting progressively worse. Like, they started out all right. Like, Alice in Wonderland was interesting. You know, The Jungle Book, I actually enjoyed. Because, you know, the original Jungle Book wasn't, like, A-list Disney stuff. It's more like C-list Disney stuff. So the live-action movie was decent, you know? You know, Cinderella was okay. And then it just starts going left, man. You got something like The Lion King, which is not live action, but it is still a retelling of the Lion King story that is just so boneless and has no soul and no spirit and no identity. That's the one that really broke me. Like, I watched Aladdin and I didn't like it at all, but I can at least admit that there's some aspects of it that are okay. The Lion King has no redeeming aspects whatsoever. I'm not even going to say from a technical point of view, because that stuff is going to get outdated tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It already got outdated by fucking Avatar, you know? Like, so that I can't really hold, it doesn't hold its weight. That movie, it's just like every single thing, every single line that they delivered from the original movie is just, there's no heart, there's no soul. It's fucking terrible, man. It's terrible. Like, honest to God, The Lion King 2019 is one of the worst, and I hate being that guy, but it's literally one of the worst movies I have ever seen. It is just so bad. It has no, like, there's no reason for this to exist at all. And then every single one since then, it's just like, just dreck, bro. It's just dreck. And I was so excited for The Lion King. And after that, I was just like, I'm never getting excited for another live action Disney movie. And what kills me is that in the beginning, when all this was happening, in like 2016, when they started announcing all that, exaggerating like crazy, no, Don Otaku, watch the OG Lion King and then watch that live action movie and tell me they did not neuter that shit, bro. Bro, Jesus. And here's the thing. My problem is, when the best thing we can say is that it's not terrible, it's only okay, that is a problem, because they are spending $200 million plus on all of these movies, and nothing about them even eclipses the originals at all, period. It's just like, so wait, we're watching an inferior version and a longer version of an already good movie for what reason? You know what I'm saying? For a new generation to watch, we'll just show them the original. Trust me, it's an animated movie. Kids are not going to care that much. They will watch it. Like all the Disney classics have stood the test of time for a reason. Like, dude, they're still selling Cinderella stuff and Sleeping Beauty stuff and Aladdin stuff. And Aladdin is like over 30 years old at this point. So I'm not a fan of it, which is why, like, the last live action Disney movie I actually paid money to watch in theaters was oh shit, I think it was the Jungle Book. So that was the last one. So I'm guilt free. Like the Lion King, I waited for it to hit Disney Plus. Aladdin, I got a screener for that, so I went to go see it, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ. But it's not good, man. It's not good, man. Live action Mulan. Oh, I didn't know. No, I was not paying the money on Disney Plus to go watch that. But yeah, like there was a time in my life where I was excited for the idea of like a live action Treasure Planet movie or a live action Atlantis movie, because I think those properties could work really well, but not under this current regime of Disney. There is no way in hell that they can make that shit work. Maybe on Opposite Day, because they are so underrated. Maybe that's why they're going to work really well in live action, but there's no vision. There really isn't a vision in these films, and it sucks. But again, more power to people if they enjoy it. 2012 Neo would have said like, you guys are responsible for the downfall of cinema if you keep supporting it. But at this point, I don't care. If you like it and you enjoy it, like, more power to you. Me, myself, and I'm just gonna spend my time watching other shit. And just a live action Moana movie, bro. Like, just give us Moana 2. Give us a Moana animated series. Like, there is so much more interesting and unique stuff you could get than a live action Moana movie. Like, the Rock needs a win after Black Adam flopped. Like, he needs something. And he's like, yeah, we'll bring back Maui. Oh God, great. It's just wow, man. And we're getting Lilo and Stitch. I think they're doing another Peter Pan one. They're running out of shit at this point. They're they have to start remaking modern stuff like Moana, Frozen, Encanto. Oh God, I dread the day they do a live action Encanto movie. Like, that is gonna fucking kill me. Like, dude, this movie just came out. Anyways, shout out to Disney. Shout out to Disney. Well, live action The Incredibles is just Fantastic Four. So we have a $4.99 super chat coming in from the homie Long Live Kevin Samuels. Yes, sir. Dr. Eggman has kidnapped your family and your girl, and he will let them go, but you have to watch Code Lyoko or Thor 4 for 36 hours straight. Which are you picking? Give me Code Lyoko. Fuck it, I'll take Code Lyoko over. I will never watch Thor Love and Thunder again, bro. Not even on a rewatch. Code Lyoko, at least... at least Code Lyoko... At least Code Lyoko doesn't have screaming goats. I'll say that much. All right. So I'll take Code Lyoko. At 36 hours straight, I mean, there's at least like a lot of Code Lyoko episodes. Rewatching Thor 4. Thor 4 is not even 2 hours, bro. Rewatching that 36 hours, that's a lot of times. That's a lot of times, bro, for screaming goats. I can't do that. Give me Code Lyoko. Long live Kevin Samuels again, $4.99. Did you know there's a live action Lady and the Tramp? I watched it and I couldn't finish it. Yeah, there was. It was on Disney Plus, and I'm forgetting all these things. But shout out to Disney though. Mando season 3 is starting to get spooky. What the hell is happening over there? I have no idea, bro. Like, listen. I want to be that dude, but Andor spoiled me, bro. I watch Andor and I'm like, wow, this is what Star Wars could be. Then I go back to Mando and I'm just like, wow, this is really held up by the references. Because I'm watching it and I'm just like, bro, we're almost through the end of the season. Like, where's the story going? Why does it feel like only Bo-Katan is advancing the story? I haven't watched this week's episode. I'm gonna watch it, but like, I'm not hearing that same enthusiasm I heard from seasons 1 and 2, man. They just I don't know, man. He said Thor 4 is absolutely terrible. It makes Black Adam look like the Dark Knight. Absolutely. I would definitely take Black Adam over Thor 4, man. And it's not a ringing endorsement of Black Adam. So put down that phone, Dwayne Johnson. I will not be sponsored by your energy drink. Celebrities and singers should not be in Star Wars. That's all I'm saying. Oh, no. That sounds like a spoiler cameo. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. It sounds like one of those. It looks like Star Wars is ruined for the 88th time this week. Live action Disney or live action Death Note? Give me a live action. Wait, no. Oh, you're talking about like existing, because I would take a good live action Death Note over a live action Disney. But I will say, if I had to pick between the live action Death Note movie from Netflix and live action Disney, I'll take live action Disney, because at least, yeah, you know, at least it's not that. Like, bro, I wanted to shut off the first 5 minutes of that Death Note movie. Oh man. Oh, but shout out to the 71 viewers watching. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. We're at 32 likes right now. $4.99 for Julian Phoenix. The Mandalorian should have been an anthology like Infinity Train. Bro, I don't mind it being an overarching story that has its own narrative and plot, but I'm struggling to find the narrative. I'm struggling to find it. What the fuck happened? Like, I know they're trying to build up for bigger shit, but you can't tease me with sprinkles. And then I get to the end of the season and I don't have the fucking cake, bro. I need the cake, man. I need cake in my life. I don't want the cake to be a lie. Come on now. You can't too much teasing going around, bro, because man, too much teasing and I just walk, bro. I just walk and just jerk off myself at this point. I ain't a fan of that. Which Kingdom Hearts game do you think deserves a remake? Obviously the original, because the original Kingdom Hearts game, in terms of movement, in terms of the combat, is not good at all. If it played more like Kingdom Hearts 2, that shit would be fuego. So yeah, the OG Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you enjoyed Shazam! Fury of the Gods? That's good, Jess. That's good. I still have not seen the movie yet. I don't plan on seeing it. I'll probably wait till it goes on HBO Max. But I loved the first Shazam movie, and this one, the trailers didn't sell me on this. It just looked very direct to DVD. The best episode of Mando Season 3 was the episode with the scientist. It's definitely the most engaging one. Last week's episode was solid too, but I'm just like struggling to figure out where we're going with this. It's the Book of Boba Cheek syndrome. Whatever touched it ruins. That's true, Flame. Holy shit. The Book of... My friend calls it the Book of Beta Fett. And then everyone else on the internet, we just call it the brochure of Boba Fett. That movie, Book of Boba Fett as a show should not have existed, bro. It should not. It should have been something called like Star Wars Tales of Tatooine, and it could have like 2 episodes about Boba Fett, and then maybe the final episode could be like a Mandalorian Season 3 primer. But it should just be anthology shit, not what they got going on here. That was so phoned in, man. Like that's a money laundering scheme if there ever was one. What do you think about the Blue Beetle trailer? Yeah, so that was another trailer that came out this week. Oh, I just realized we have not discussed Spider-Verse. Fuck yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, but we ain't going to discuss Spider-Verse unless you guys get those fucking likes up. What is going on here tonight? So the Blue Beetle trailer. So here's the thing. DC is in a weird state right now because they have a new regime coming in, but at the same time they have a lot of these remnants, leftovers of the old regime. And the thing about DC is they've had so many regime changes in the past couple of years. Like, you would think that it's some toxic chick on Instagram or something, like different guy every week, you know? But here's the thing, like, Blue Beetle as a concept is so interesting because this started out as like an HBO Max movie that got converted into a full theatrical release. So when I heard that, and then I heard that they canceled Batgirl, I was like, what about Blue Beetle was so good that they looked at Batgirl and they were just like, nah, bro, we can't release this shit. So that was like the only thing keeping me interested. And the fact that like the main actor of it, he was in Cobra Kai, and I like him in Cobra Kai, and the costume of Blue Beetle when they showed that looked amazing. So I was like, all right, cool. So let's see what's happening. So they put out a trailer, and I ain't going front. The movie itself looks very direct to streaming. Like, I'm gonna be real. Looking at the way it's shot, looking at some of the effects and everything, you could tell like, yo, this was gonna be an HBO Max movie, right? Like, just looking at it from that point of view, I was like, oh, this looks kind of, you know, like it's gotten comparisons, like it looks very Disney Channel-fied. But then when you see him transform into the Blue Beetle, that scene was fucking sick. And it's not because the transformation was sick, like, oh, it's so cool. It's just because how they played the scene. They make it kind of like a horror movie, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like the scarab jumps on his face and he starts going crazy, and it's like literally tossing him up around the room. If you're a horror movie buff, like there's a lot of callbacks in that scene alone. That was really cool. I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. And then he goes up into space, and I was like, wow, that is sick. The rest of the film, though, I don't know. Like, again, it's one of those things that unless you have a really compelling trailer, I'm not going to get really excited about it. So as it stands right now, I'm kind of indifferent to it. I definitely do want to check it out though. And I will check it out, you know what I'm saying? Because it just looks like the right amount of goofy for me without going too heavy into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like it'll have like the goofiness and the lightheartedness of like the Marvel movies. But at the same time, if it has like the heart of Shazam, you know, with the whole family dynamic, I think it'll work out really well. And, you know, Latino superheroes, I want to see more of those on screen. I don't care if some people say, well, should it be about... I'm like, shut up. Sometimes you want to have representation in places, and if it's really good, that's even better. So if it's really good, I think one of two things happens. If it's a really good movie, James Gunn is going to fold this over into the DCEU, because a lot of the stuff that they mentioned in the trailers, it doesn't seem like it's connected to the old DCEU. And when they say Batman is a fascist, they can relate that to just like a throwaway line. It can be anybody, Batman in general. So if it does really well, I could see it in the DCU. If it doesn't do well and it flops and people hate it, it's just like, oh, well, you know, that was a fun thing. But yeah, you know, like I'm looking forward to see what Blue Beetle has to offer. So that's the thing, Red Sage. James Gunn, he's very selective of what he says about it. He says he's excited for it and it's its own thing going on, but he didn't say that it's like the first new film in the DCU, because, you know, it's a remnant from an old era. I love the way David rates this. It looks like it could be... Somebody is talking about me, you guys. Yeah, I definitely did get some Kamen Rider vibes. I got some Final Fantasy vibes from it, if I'm being honest. Like, when he pulled out the sword and everything, I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Cloud. Cloud would be proud, bro. Let's see. So David Biglog said, it looks like it could be rewatched 2 times. 3rd time and you're pushing it. That's a nice scale to be using. 3rd time you're pushing it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What did you think of The Last of Us Season 1? Overall, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely not as bad as it could have been, and taking a concept like The Last of Us, you could definitely ruin that very easily. But I thought all things considered, it was really solid, and I enjoyed my time watching it. I will say, as a fan of The Last of Us game, somehow the game did a lot of stuff better, and it handled a lot of scenes better than the show itself, which makes no sense considering the show is a show, and the show has actors that are, you know, more high caliber. Not saying that they are, but they're viewed as such. And just certain scenes hit way harder in the game, and certain aspects of the game gave more of the scenes an opportunity to breathe than the show. The show just felt very rushed in some aspects. I also didn't feel as if like the world was truly in a outbreak. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say a zombie apocalypse, but, you know, like an outbreak, because there was very few interactions with the infected on screen. So there wasn't really any tension or stakes, in my honest opinion. So yeah, like those aspects, being a Last of Us fan, did kind of irritate me about the show, but for the most part, a lot of people enjoyed it. They're going to be adapting part 2 is 2 seasons, and I'm excited. I'm excited for all the salts. I'm excited for all the salt that is going to come with season 2. Alrighty. Okay, so are you guys ready? You ready to get into it, guys? Are y'all ready to talk about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel? Are y'all ready for this shit? Are y'all ready? Let Neo breathe. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica Drew's the only one looking out for me. I appreciate it. Speaking of Jessica Drew. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, y'all know me, right? If you don't know by now, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna fill you in. I am a fanatic for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a movie that, when I was looking at the trailers, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, really? Miles Morales is getting his own movie and it's animated. It's coming from Sony. This shit about to be a 2-pack of ass. I don't care how great it looks. Then I saw that movie and I was like, wow, that shit just changed the game, right? But then I didn't think about the movie for a few months. And then the movie came out on Netflix and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and rewatch Spider-Verse. And I watched that movie. I shit you not, guys. I watched that movie every single week for a solid 3 months. Every single week I rewatched that movie. I, at least in my adult life, do not recall a time where I rewatched the movie every single week. Mind you, this was out of theaters. This was on Netflix. I would watch it when I would come home from work. I would watch it at work. And it got to the point where I was just like, fuck, I need to own this movie. So I went on Best Buy to try to find a Steelbook copy of it because I knew they came out with Steelbook. Steelbook was out of stock. So I went on eBay and I bought a Steelbook copy of the movie just because I wanted to own it, man. I still have the Steelbook here too. So to say that I was looking forward to the sequel is a pretty big understatement. I was like, yo, this movie, in all the times that I've rewatched it, it became my favorite Spider-Man film of all time. One of my favorite comic book movies. It is so damn good. The message is so strong. The music, just everything, the framing, the world, it literally feels like a comic book come to life. It has the pizzazz, it has the style. You know, it's like what Persona 5 did for music by inventing jazz. I feel like that's what Spider-Verse did for film animation. It was awesome, man. So going into the sequel, I was like, bro, I love Spider-Verse, but how are they going to top this? How are they going to top it? And I was just like, you know what, just wait for a trailer, Neo, see what they do. And they come out with this trailer, and I can't wait, guys. Like, I've rewatched this trailer at least, I'm not even exaggerating here. I've watched that trailer at least 40 times. At least 40 times. I watched it like 10 times the first day. And then when I was at the gym, I had it in constant repeat because, you know, it's playing What's Up Danger and all that. And it's just something about like listening and the sound effects and everything. It gets me amped up in the gym. And like, it's just bringing back like the intense emotions and the excitement for comic book movies that I really haven't felt in a while. Like the only other comic book movie in the past 2 years that's really gotten me so giddy excited and optimistic and like to run into the theaters was the Batman. Like everything else I was excited for. Like I'm excited for Doctor Strange 2. I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for that. But Spider-Verse and the Batman are the ones where I was just like, I am going to run into that theater to watch it. And that's what this trailer did for me. Now, the jury is still out on the quality of it. It's a film that's going to be split into two parts. There's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the first one. Across the Spider-Verse is the second one. And then they're doing the part 2. I believe it's next year. So we'll see as far as like how they handle the story, like what it's going to be all about. I will say this though, if you are a person who is adverse to spoilers, I probably wouldn't watch the Spider-Verse trailer because it seems like they're spoiling a lot of plot beats right there. And that's just how it is when it comes to Sony. Wait, it comes out later this year? No, I thought it was next year. I think it's next year. But yeah, like if you want to go into a movie blind, I probably recommend not watching this because it looks like they spoiled a lot of money shots and some serious moments. And that's just the classic Sony thing. They did it with the Amazing Spider-Man movies. They did it with the Sam Raimi movies. They did it with Tom Holland's movies. They just love to spoil shit in the trailers. But we'll just have to see. Maybe it could just be, maybe it could be misdirects, or maybe you just don't know the full context of everything. Either way, I'm definitely excited for this movie. It's something that I think we need right now, especially in the space of animation, especially in the space of, you know, genre entertainment. And I can't wait. And it's so sick because, you know, it's similar to how, like, you know how we always talk about Batman. We love Batman, but we want to see the Bat family. But we don't want to just see the Bat family as is. We want to see them grow and build up to it. Like, that's our eventual goal in Batman cinema. With Spider-Verse, it's like we want to see different Spider-Man. We want to see Ben Reilly. We want to see all these other Spider-Man. But it's like, how could you realistically do that in live action? And then the story that needs to be told. But with Spider-Verse, it's just like, fuck it, we'll throw into this. It's going to be from Miles' point of view. So it starts out like, okay, you know the Peter Parker story and everything. Now here's Miles and what he goes through. And then he sees the whole world. And it's just, the way they handled it is so damn good, man. Like, they could spin off Spider-Verse into its whole own universe of different properties and different characters. They can have their own series and things like that. I think they are talking about doing that at some point with Amazon. Again, remains to be seen if it's going to be the same quality, but as it stands, the movie wise, like, I'm excited just seeing all the different Spider people. It's so sick, dude. I'm like, holy shit. And of course, you know, like, there are rumors that we might see Toby and Andrew and Tom show up in their own forms, which would be sick. I don't know if they'll do that in this movie or the next one, but either way, man, I'm excited to see how they handle this, because the Spider-Verse as a concept was nice in the first movie, but it was more of a backdrop. It was more about Miles' story. And this one, I hope they don't sacrifice the spectacle. I'm sorry. I hope they don't sacrifice the personal stories for the spectacle of having like all these new Spider people. I still want it to be an extremely personal story for Miles and his team, especially Gwen. I want them to get more development, because that to me is what is driving a lot of these comic book movies, and the really good ones. The really good comic book movies are character pieces, right? First and foremost, the universe stuff comes later. The action and spectacle stuff comes after the fact, you know? So I want this to be about Miles. I want to see him grow. I want to see him develop. I want to see all this shit, and then give me all the cool Spider-Verse stuff on the side. Like that, those are the real sprinkles. Yeah, the international trailer did have a tease of the Toby, Andrew, and Tom's lines in the beginning. So we'll see. We'll see if that's any indication. We have $9.99 coming in from Blue Senshi. Spider-Verse 2 better than the Batman? I don't know, probably. I mean, we'll see. Either way, it's like comparing two kings. The Disney live-action movie that made me rethink the live-action thing was Beauty and the Beast. That film was a mistake. Also, check your Instagram. What did you send this time? Okay. Oh, shit. My man's playing Persona 3. Let's fucking go. He's playing Persona 3, y'all. That is sick. And I gotta swap out my screen protector. I know I said I would do that last week. I just didn't get a chance to go. But that's nice, bro. Persona 3 is sick. But yeah, no, that little, when I saw a little snippet of the Beauty and the Beast movie where Belle was singing and they auto-tuned Emma Watson, I was like, oh, Jesus, that is not holy in the slightest. That is not sanitary. Hey, welcome back, Corey Gryffindor. Batman 2 Clayface. Yes, yeah. So we talked about this last week, but there are rumors and rumblings that Clayface might be making an appearance in the Batman Part 2. Mike Flanagan has expressed interest about doing a Clayface movie of his own, which could be crazy depending on how it's handled. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I just want to see more obscure Batman villains show up in the movies. Like, I love Joker as much as the next guy, but my God, can we give it a break? Like, we since 2008, bro, we've had Heath Ledger, we've had apparently some dude named Jared Leto doing some type of Joker. We had Joaquin Phoenix, and now we have Barry Keoghan. And it's not that I don't think Barry Keoghan and Matt Reeves can do a great job. I know they can, but man, just can we get the other shit first and then Joker later? Like give me Clayface, give me Mr. Freeze, give me that stuff, and then Joker later. Guardians 3 and Spider-Verse sequels out here, hopefully saving the comic book movie genre. Yeah, you know what it is? Again, it goes back to what James Gunn said. So James Gunn was talking about superhero fatigue and how, you know, superhero fatigue is definitely real if you don't put the characters and the story first and foremost. Like, that is 100% accurate. Like, the worst superhero movies that we've seen, or the worst comic book movies in general that have come out recently, are when you don't care about the shit that matters. And he's 100% right. And Guardians movies have always been about the characters first and foremost. So I'm excited to see what he does with the finale. I think he said he finished up the sound mix for it. So, which is very soon, guys. The premiere is going to happen in a few weeks, and then the movie's going to be out. I just bought my ticket, actually, to go see it in IMAX. They're doing a trilogy marathon the day before, so I'll be seeing it a day early. All 3 movies in IMAX, and I am so excited. Because I saw the first 2 in IMAX, and it'll be a nice little cap off. Jared Leto just existing is just very strange to me. What's your favorite game of all time? Honestly, it depends on my mood of the day, you know? Like, one day it could be Chrono Trigger. The other day it could be Final Fantasy 6 or 9. One day it could be Ocarina of Time. The other day it could be Persona 5. It could be Persona 4. You know, it might be The Witcher 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many fucking good games out there. I can't pinpoint one. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2. The more I think about it, the more I fucking fall in love with that game. And I've been playing that game for over 17 years at this point. Like, there's a lot of games, man. Fucking love video games, bro. Oh, Jonathan, we answered the Kingdom Hearts question a while ago. Definitely the first game needs a remake. You know, like, probably when I finish up Resident Evil 4, I might say Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time. You know, like, it's just one of those things. Fucking love video games, man. Witcher 3 made me fall in love with open world games. Oh, that is awesome, Tommy. Yeah, Witcher 3 is phenomenal. Very well done. The worst thing about the game, I would definitely say, is the combat, but everything else is fantastic. The story, the characters, oh man, so good. Unfortunately, there is one knuckleheaded numbskull in the chat who doesn't agree with that, but you know, he eats paste for breakfast, so I can't say anything else about him. We love him though, you know what I'm saying? We just make sure he has his helmet on when he goes out places. Also, ooh, I've been playing through Mass Effect 2 again, and oh man, that game is just so fucking good, bro. That game just makes me feel like, man, they don't make video games like this anymore. They don't make fucking video games like Mass Effect anymore. Do you like the medieval games? I mean, they're alright. Like, I have the medieval remake I still haven't touched yet. Like, I remember the old school medieval games, but like, I'd have to go back and replay the remake to be like, do I really like this game? Or did I just like it at the time? Witcher 3 is nice, but it's so hard to get back into after one long playthrough. Yeah, that's why you have to space out the playthroughs, because when you put time in a Witcher playthrough, you put time. Like I think my shortest Witcher 3 playthrough was like 167 hours. Shortest. No, I had a playthrough that was like 80 something hours, and I think on the Switch, because I didn't really do all the side quests. I just did the main story and then some. But when you do the DLC and the side quests, it's easily like a 200-hour game. Did we talk about Scott Pilgrim yet? No, we didn't, Corey Gryffindor. We can talk about that, actually. 199 Super Chat from Blue Senshi. Objection, Witcher 3 is trash. Oh, you and Don Otaku can just go be butt buddies somewhere. Gustavo Bravo. That's the blood being drawn from your system. You can't think coherently. That's what's happening right now, Gustavo Bravo. Yeah, so another thing that happened this week. Wow, we're actually hitting on a lot of topics tonight, you guys. Well, here's the funny thing, because we had like heard rumors about this for a while, but we finally got like full-on confirmation that there is an animated Scott Pilgrim series coming to Netflix. And the cool thing about it is that they're bringing back the entire cast from the movie, which is crazy to think about, because that movie came out like 13 plus years ago at this rate. Well, by the time this thing will come out, 13 years later, they brought back the entire cast. Like, no recast. Everybody is coming back, which is going to be absolutely insane, because that is very expensive. Because some of these people, like Brie Larson, Chris Evans, well, to be fair, most of the cast, like outside of those two, they're not really doing much. So I guess it makes sense. But still, like, having a Scott Pilgrim animated series is something I've wanted to see for the longest time. Because here's the thing, I loved the Scott Pilgrim movie. I love that movie to death. That was my first introduction. It was great. But when you read the manga and you see everything that happened in that, it's like a completely different story in some respects. Like different dynamics for the characters. Like Scott is like a completely different character in the comics versus the movie. The comics, he's very much so an asshole, and he knows he's an asshole. But still, I love the movie for what it is. Edgar Wright directed it. It's fantastic in that respect. But still, like the comic, it being an animated series, like I remember they did some shorts of Scott Pilgrim as an animated series. I think it was on Adult Swim way back when. And I was like, oh my God, I would love for them to do a full-on anime. So yeah, I'm extremely pumped. Someone says it comes out later this year, 2.5 months. I really hope that they fully adapt the manga. I hope it's not just like some weird hybrid of we're going to do some of the stuff the movie did and we're going to do some of the stuff the comic did. It's like, no, let it be its own thing. But yeah, Scott Pilgrim is sick. I need to go ahead and buy that thing on 4K, man. Oh God. Someone just texted me a photo of vodka and I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Don't drink it tonight. We're being very coherent. Oh man. One sec, you guys. You know what the funny thing is, Red Sage? I was going to see Scott Pilgrim in 4K in the Dolby thing. And then at last minute, I was just like, fuck, I don't really feel like going to the movies tonight. And I regret it. I regret it ever since. I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to go see it. But you know what? I'll just go ahead and buy the 4K Blu-ray. It's $20. Nice upgrade 10 years later. Could you do an MCU tier list? We did do an MCU tier list. I want to say like two years ago. I think it might be time for us to do another MCU tier list, actually. What do you guys think? Did we cover all the topics, though? Oh, wow. Julian Phoenix coming in with I think the last major thing we didn't talk about. 199 Super Chat. What are your thoughts on the Harry Potter reboot? Oh, boy. Here we go. If I was a drinking man, this is when I would bust out the scotch. Not the whiskey, not the moonshine, the scotch, the 18-year-old scotch. Okay, but before we get into that, I want to shout out my boy. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I got to shout out Colin, my boy, because he just sent something in the chat. Colin, we will get to yours in a brief moment, my friend, as well as you, Don Otaku. Thank you guys so much. We gotta talk about this Harry Potter reboot. So a few weeks back, we got this weird report that came out saying that, Warner Brothers and HBO are interested in rebooting Harry Potter. And I was just like, no, the fuck they are not. This is not going to happen. Not in my lifetime are we going to get a reboot of Harry Potter this soon. And sure enough, a few weeks later, we learned that HBO is going to be doing a full-on Harry Potter reboot. It's going to be a TV show where each season is going to cover one of the books. It's going to be 7 seasons long. And here's the thing. Let me play devil's advocate for a second, because on the one hand, this hand, my right hand, I don't mind the idea of a Harry Potter reboot. As someone who loves the movies, I grew up on the movies. As someone who's read the books growing up, read them repeatedly, I read them every couple of years. There's a lot of shit that the movies left out from the books for obvious reasons, time constraints. Yeah, cool. But certain characterizations were very different in the films versus the books. Like the character of Ginny in particular is completely different in the books versus the movies. The movies did her such a disservice. So on the one hand, a Harry Potter TV show can give you more time to flesh those things out. Maybe use this as an opportunity to right the wrongs of those past characterizations. Cool. So looking back on this, if this ends up being very successful and it is great, it's an amazing 7 seasons and it's just everything that a Harry Potter book fan would have wanted on the screen, absolutely. But that's just me being optimistic. The only reason they are fully rebooting this as a TV show is because the Fantastic Beasts movies flopped, and the last one flopped to a tremendous degree. And what kills me is that the reason why those movies flopped is not because the filmmakers attached to it. It's because of J.K. Rowling. She wrote those movies. It's not like Warner Brothers took the IP from her and they did their own thing. No, she proudly put her name on it as screenwriter for those movies. And the best thing you could say about them is that the first one was decent. It had a decent foundation. Then the second one was a 2-pack of ass, and the third one was just as bad. Not as bad, honestly, but still not great. It's not what you needed. And it just dilutes the brand as a whole. It's terrible, man. And what a lot of us really wanted was like a Voldemort prequel movie, or a Voldemort prequel TV series, or something about the Hogwarts founders, or something about the Marauders, like that type of stuff. But a full-on Harry Potter reboot is just like, what are we doing here, bro? Is it going to have the same magic as the OG movies? Because that's the one thing. Even with the worst Harry Potter movies, they still have magic attached to it. You look at those Harry Potter movies, and from a filmmaking perspective, like, there's a lot of love that went into that. Is that going to be the same thing for a TV show? They're going to have to do things differently because they don't want to recreate what they did on the shows. I mean, on the movies. And it's just like, the more and more I think about this, the more I'm just like, you got to have like the perfect storm of creators and collaborators to come together to make this shit work. Because if it doesn't work, oh man, there's going to be hell for years on end, man. For years on end. So yeah, Godspeed to anybody who's working on this. Godspeed to the cast of this TV show, you know, because they got their work cut out for them. And of course, you know, if they ever do something like change the ethnicity of somebody, the usual suspects are gonna go crazy. But yeah, I'm rooting for this if it ends up being really good, so I'm not going to disqualify it. But at the same time, it has everything going against it. Every single thing in the world going against it. And I just, man. Holy, bro. Oh man, I mean, there's definitely a lot more other books that I would like to see. Like the Narnia stuff hasn't been properly adapted. Like there's a lot of stuff that, like the Percy Jackson. I hope I hope the Percy Jackson series is good, just so like we can get more of these fantasy things that doesn't just rely on Harry Potter, man. But we'll see. We'll see. They got to pick the right cast, because the one thing I love about the Potter cast is that nobody in the Potter cast, like the main Potter cast, like they're all doing good. They're all doing great. Like you can't have a situation where like one of these kids wilds out or whatever and they just like, nah, you tank the entire show if you'd have to recast them. Nah, the first Fantastic Beasts movie was okay. It wasn't, nah. Watch the second one. That was bad. Expecto foolishness. Exactly, J-World. Exactly. All right, so I want to go ahead and talk to Colin, my boy, who's been a member of the past 32 months of the Next Hokage tier. Colin, my man, I miss you. Hope all's well. He says, hey, Chris, how are you tonight, man? I'm doing better now that I see you, bro. What do you think of The Prince of Egypt after a recent rewatch? I watched it for the first time, and holy shit, it is an absolute masterpiece. Easily my favorite DreamWorks film. Well, thank you so much, Colin. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten a chance to rewatch it just yet, because my sister and I, we're going to coordinate a rewatch of Prince of Egypt, since I haven't seen it in a very long time. I think she rewatched it a few years ago. But it's just been hard trying to find the timing, because usually for us, like when we get together, it's usually like when we have anime night and we watch a lot of anime, and then throughout the week it's kind of hard to coordinate. But I think what we're going to end up doing is either after FMA03, after we finish that, or if I just like have a random evening, I'll just be like, hey, let's watch the Prince of Egypt. So that's definitely what we're going to do. But I'm excited for it, bro. I have it right here. It's over here on my shelf. I'm ready for it. And I just dropped my Black Lagoon box set. Oh boy. Shout out to Black Lagoon. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for this shit, bro. So ready for it. $5 super chat coming in from NintenDon The Otaku. I want a combo of the humor and epic fights of the movie, but the fleshed out story and characters of the comics. Also Lisa Miller, aka Best Girl. Yes, that would be a great dynamic, bro. They really got to go hard with the animation for this. It can't be like no cheap DC animated movie looking type of shit. Like I'm talking, I need some pizzazz. I need some style. I need some substance. What Persona 5 did for jazz, I want Scott Pilgrim to do that for animation. That is just my new thing to say. Like what Persona 5 did for jazz. Hey, welcome back again, Corey Gryffindor. Dues pay, the transformation is gonna be insane. Hey, shout out to you, Rhino. Love is love, man. You man, you know, listen, man, listen. I love you whether you have a horn or not, Rhino. It's all good, bro. This motherfucker's gonna be like, you asshole. Oh. Okay, so another $5 super chat from Don the Otaku. Have you read Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley, the creator of Scott Pilgrim? It's an amazing graphic novel, and in some ways, it's even better than Scott Pilgrim. No, I've heard of it though, but you saying in some ways it's better than Scott Pilgrim, even if it's on a similar level, I gotta check it out. So I will definitely add that to the list. Need to give Scott Pilgrim to Madhouse. Oh, that'd be fire, bro. But Science Sorrow, they're doing Scott Pilgrim, so it'll be good. Oh, Corey Gryffindor asks a really good question, guys. Do you have confidence on the actor's abilities to voice act besides Mae Whitman? Okay, so yeah, that's another thing that kind of worries me. Them bringing back the whole cast is great, but at the same time, a lot of these are on-screen actors, and with the exception of Mae Whitman, who voiced well, she played a character in Scott Pilgrim, but she also is a voice actor. She's done Tinkerbell before. She played Katara in Avatar: The Last Airbender. A lot of these people are just on camera. So, as many of you know, just because you're an on-camera actor, that doesn't translate to being a great voice actor. Being a voice actor, in my opinion, seems like it's a much harder job because you have to express so much with just your voice. Whereas on camera, you have your whole body, the camera is staring at you, all your movements, everything, like your little twitches and your eyebrows and everything. So we'll see. Fingers crossed that it works out well, because the last thing I want is for it to sound so fucking like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so they're doing a movie for Seconds as well? Okay. Hey, take care, Jessica, Jessica Drew. Thanks for coming through. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, they're doing more Lord of the Rings movies. Oh, and that's the thing, guys. Like, on the one hand, I would have been so happy years ago if I heard we were getting more of these things because they could flesh out the world. But everything now is just, I don't want to be that cynical dude, but it's just not going to be great. It's not going to be great because everything has got to be a fucking cinematic universe. Every Joe and their mama got to get a movie. Like, it's just, we got to make things special again. We got to make things special. Oh yeah, like Beyonce voice Nala, like that was just terrible. Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy the Pixel remasters are coming out on PlayStation and I think Switch soon, right? Like 2 weeks. Wait, so according to Don Otaku, he watched the Brian Lee O'Malley stream after the announcement. He said the art style would look better than his comics, and he said search top 5 anime fights and Scott Pilgrim would be better. Oh, we might be feasting. We might be feasting, y'all. Envy Dub, what's up, bro? How hyped are you for the Mario movie? Honestly, I'm not that excited. I've never really been excited for it. I'm going into it with really low expectations. It's Illumination. They're pretty bottom of the list when it comes to animation studios. Like, they make shit that like kids like to look at. They don't make, in my opinion, like cinema animated films. You know what I'm saying? They don't make a Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio. They don't make, a Pixar movie. They don't make Spider-Verse. But if it's enjoyable and entertaining enough that it's not a dumpster fire, then I'm okay with it. Man, Don Otaku, don't give me hope. I should have given it to you sooner. Nah, you still gotta finish Halo, bro. Like, y'all want to talk about me not finishing Halo Arise. This man Rhino has not finished Halo Infinite, and it's been like 2 years, bro. That's crazy to me. At least Tales of Arise, I can use the excuse that I have like 100 hours in it. This man Rhino put like... I think Rhino's been playing Halo Infinite for like 80 hours on Legendary and he can't be the final boss. That's crazy to me. Hey, what's up, Trapped in My Psych? Finish Arise, bro. Yeah, I gotta reinstall it though. And I don't want to do that. Did you hear about Grant Gustin actually disliking the direction they took in the Flash's later seasons? Listen. Like I said, Grant Gustin gave his heart and soul in that show, and they didn't deserve it. So I totally believe that. But listen, a man's got to eat, and I'm happy he got paid good in the end. But yeah, like every like no one's really enjoyed. Let's be real. No one's really enjoyed the Flash show in a while. People just fucking watch it. Like it's like one of those things. Like, I guess, bro, because I just see all like everybody's a speedster, and then the way the fights took a hit. Oh, and if you read his post, like if you read between the lines, you know this dude was tired. He was actually giving them some suggestions and they told him no. That's brutal. I hope the next project he works on, they appreciate him. Yeah, bro, that's the thing about those CW shows. CW shows would benefit just being like 12 episodes a season for an hour, but they're like 20 something. And at that point, it's like, bro, there's really not much you could do. You're just stretching this shit out. I love how you said, I finished Tales of Rise. It's the best non-Xenoblade JRPG since Persona 5. The best non-Xenoblade. Yeah, because Xenoblade 3 is top tier. God, Xenoblade 3 was such a good game. I can't wait for the DLC. But wait. You better hold up, Don Otaku, before Flame says something about Octopath Traveler 2. Let's see how long that takes. Who could play Green Arrow in the DCU? A white guy. He could definitely pull that off. Oh, the lightning swords, dude. The discourse surrounding the Flash show on Twitter is still one of my favorite arcs in COVID, man. That shit was so funny, bro. Hey, Bryce, what's up, bro? If you could pick one movie franchise or series to live in, which one you picking? I know I'm not picking Attack on Titan. I know that much. I mean, I'm basic. I'd pick a lot of slice of life stuff because slice of life stuff is just the world. But If I had to pick something fun, I would not want to pick a superhero franchise, because that being a bystander in a superhero franchise, oh hell no. Watch you come out of work at a really stressful day and you see the Hulk throwing your new car. Oh hell no, bro. And then your insurance doesn't cover it. But what franchise? As a kid, I would have loved to live in the world of Pokemon, but I think the world of Pokemon is very strange because they just send their 10-year-olds out into the wild, and it's like, have fun. Yo, that's just still the wildest thing to me about Pokemon. Like, you're 10 years old, and you get sent out into the wild to go do shit. These kids could die. These kids could get killed. These kids could get sold into slavery. And then the mom is just like, oh, Ash, you have fun, while she's getting dicked down by Professor Oak. Old dick style. Like, it's just wild to me, bro. That's crazy. 10 years old, bro. 10 years old. 10 years old, bro. And he still didn't meet his father yet, which is stupid. That made no sense to me. Ash really didn't meet his father? Like, man, what is it with the fatherless children in anime? We gotta stop this shit. People talk about there being fatherless children in the black community. What is going on with anime where you have fatherless children? That makes no sense to me. Who's getting the Battle Network Legacy Collection? Oh, I'm definitely getting it. I'm definitely getting it and not playing it for a while because I got other shit. Wait, you put on a podcast as well, watching a movie? Sometimes it's boring. No, I don't put on anything when I watch a movie. If a movie's boring me, I just shut it off. I just put podcasts on when I'm playing, like, not mundane games, but games that just don't require all of my attention in terms of, like, paying attention to, like, text or dialogue and shit like that, cutscenes. Dude, I'm telling you, like, shonen shows where they come from healthy upbringings and families and the father isn't like a deserter or some shit, like, we need more of those. Nah, what's still wild to me is just Death Note is such a wild show. Death Note is just such a wild show. Like, this man Light was over here fake crying on his dad's deathbed. I was like, this motherfucker is evil, bro. And I love it because they didn't try to rehabilitate Light. One thing I love about Death Note is from the rip, you knew Light is a fucking asshole. You could identify with him or not, but you knew this man is like, he knew what this shit was about. And I love it. We need more of that shit. No rehabilitation, none of this stuff. $2 from Don Otaku. What franchise needs an MCU style universe? Franchise? Well, like I said, Spider-Verse would be great in terms of like learning about other characters, but if we're talking an MCU style where it's like you have multiple movies and you have multiple characters and shit. I mean, there's like, I think if Dune is really successful, there's a lot of ample material for them to do a lot of that stuff, which they are doing. They're doing like a TV show spinoff and stuff. So Dune immediately comes to my head. I really think there's a lot you could do with the Legend of Zelda lore-wise, where you can have movies and then you can have like prequel stuff. Like, there's a lot you could do. Nah, how he on child support? His Ash was his own. Wait, what was that? English, Rhino? Can you retype that, bro? Yeah, look, bro, you can't be a shonen character and come from a stable background. It's just not okay. You gotta have some fucked up shit. Where do you think Attack on Titan ranks in anime? I think it's pretty high. It's definitely one of the best anime of the past like 15 years. I know like people are like, oh, but the ending though, and I'm like, nah, still, bro. I don't even know what happened at the end of it. I know it's probably some bullshit, but I don't care. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this. We got $6.99 Canadian super chat coming from Colin, my boy. What do you think of most Japanese live action adaptations of anime? I started watching the recent adaptations of Kimi ni Todoke, and it's not bad. So I've seen a couple, not too many in recent memory, but definitely like 2010s around that time to like the late 2010s. So like the first live action adaptation of anime that I saw was the Death Note movies, right? I saw the first two that they did. I actually own them on Blu-ray somewhere, probably back over there. I saw the Death Note movies, and I really enjoyed them at the time. Now, obviously, you know, if you watch Death Note, you know how things go down. You know, the movies change some things, and as they usually do. But like in terms of like adaptations of anime, like it was okay. It was decent, right? And then, you know, I graduated to watching some other stuff. But really, the only live action adaptations of anime that really stuck with me were the Rurouni Kenshin movies. Like, those are very fucking consistent movies. Very, very well done. I haven't seen the most recent one, but the live action Rurouni Kenshin movies are legitimately great, dude. And I mean, it's kind of hard to ruin a property like Kenshin because it is still grounded, you know, in reality. The Kenshin movies are great. The Gintama one was okay. I think there's multiple Gintama ones. Is there? No, I think there's just one Gintama live action movie. I don't know. But I saw one of them and I was like, oh, this is decent enough. Now, unfortunately, a lot of them. So here's the thing. Like, the most successful ones are the ones that you can actually adapt properly. So Rurouni Kenshin, slice of life stuff, Death Note, that stuff can work. But where you run into a lot of problems is when Japan starts doing CG. And no better, or in this case worse, is it on display than with the Fullmetal Alchemist and the Attack on Titan movies. Oh my god. The Attack on Titan movies are a 2-pack of ass. Like, let's just be real. But the Fullmetal Alchemist ones, Down Otaku, I know you're gonna say, stop being so dramatic. I know. You watch that first Fullmetal Alchemist movie, you see the fucking wigs on those characters. They got a grown-ass man playing Edward Elric, a grown-ass man playing a 14-year-old. And you see the CG work. They're mixing parts of the story from the end of the manga, and they're putting it in this movie. It's just so much incoherence happening. I'm just like, what the fuck? I just don't watch it. Don't watch the live action Fullmetal Alchemist movies, bro. Don't do it. I did hear the Bleach one was okay. He said no, go in on it, bro. I have blocked most of that movie out of my memories, man. I just remember the bullshit, and then they do that weird anime shtick where I'm like, this is live action. You can't do the weird shit that they do in anime. Like, you know how, like for example, like, all right, y'all watch anime. I kind of like the FMA live action. Well, you know what? If you like it, I love it, J-World. Have fun. Eat, drink, and be merry. And you were definitely heavy on the drinking with that shit. You know, like the Fullmetal Alchemist movie, I don't know if it's just the Japanese thing or what, but they just do some goofy shit. Like, there's like just certain shit. I remember like when a character was like, you know, like anime, sometimes the character, like if something happens and an anime character is really gung-ho and they're going to run to do something and someone says, wait, no, that's the wrong way. And they go like the character themselves falls on the ground like, ah. They would do like some of that shit in the Fullmetal Alchemist movie and these other live action anime movies. That's just like, that does not translate to live action. Or like shit like this. Like an anime character would be like, oh yeah, that's right. You don't do this in reality. That looks fucking weird, bro. I do this shit for effect. And it's just like, stop it. Hey, take care. Take care, Rhino. Oh, you enjoying Taco Wednesday? It's always great for tacos. And that's right. We got the plans. April 19th. We out shit, bro. Take it easy, Angel. I'll talk to you later, bro. Yeah, they were trying to be dramatic with expression and it ain't work. It doesn't work, bro. You got to be very strategic with your humor, man. Oh no, it is a given that you have to do the Dark Phoenix saga every time you do an X-Men movie. It's just there are no other stories. Like, it's just the Dark Phoenix saga. Like, fuck everything else. It's just like, when you get a Dark Phoenix saga reboot. You get a Dark Phoenix saga reboot. You get everything. Oh, shout out to the 48 people watching. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Nah, but you know what I do want to see though? I want to see a live action Mob Psycho movie from the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniels, I feel like they can pull that off. I definitely think they could. Hey, Carl, what's going on? He says, what's up, Neo? How many shots did I miss? Y'all are terrible people. No shots tonight. The only thing we're taking shots of is water, bro. Just H2O. No drinking tonight. We're not drinking away no pain. There's nothing in life to be sad about. Have you seen the Death Note Black Parades? What's that, Corey? What is that? The last Death Note content I consumed was the one-shot manga, which was awesome. listen, the Mob Psycho shit could work, man. And the Everything Everywhere All at Once directors are quirky enough to do that. Hey, what's up, PS Tutorials? What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Evolution? I honestly kind of liked it, even though everyone hated it. Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say that. Terrible. Terrible. It's a piece of shit. I was just looking into it again last night because every now and then, I don't know if about y'all, but I get bored and I go on Wikipedia pages and I just reread shit, and I just get reminded of that movie. What about a live action Bobobo movie? If it's goofy enough, sure. Yeah, I like Bruce Lee. He's an OG. Who said that? It was Trapped in My Psych, Don Otaku. Live action Naruto could work, but like, I don't know. Like this, you need the right people. Like you know who's good. So I think it was Legendary. I'm not sure, or Lionsgate. No, I think it was Lionsgate. Back in 2016 or 15. They announced that the guy, I don't think he did the movie yet, but the guy who did The Greatest Showman, Michael Gracie, he was going to do a live action Naruto. But again, these things always stay in development hell. Oh, Art Legion, what's up? Yeah, we talked about the trailers earlier. Spider-Verse trailer looked amazing. Blue Beetle looks okay. I'm looking forward to it. What's up, Cold? Nah, but honest to God, they can do a live action Death Note movie or TV series. They can make that shit work. I'll just say this much though. Make it original. You don't need to tell the story of Ellen Light. You don't. You don't need to drag it out longer than it already was. What you can do is just have a Death Note in the world and create your own fucking characters. Create your own characters with their own motivations. You can make it different. You can make it interesting. You can make it unique, where even fans of the manga are like, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm excited. You can do a lot with that. You know, like there's really nothing you could do with the Death Note story that live action would improve upon. You really don't. There's like nothing about it. It's just so good. It's just so it's fine. Like it works fine. So do something else. Do something different. Oh wow, Flame just said, honestly, live action Naruto could work. There's nothing you can screw up since it's already bad enough. Hey, listen, Naruto Part 1 is awesome. Shippuden up until the Pain arc is awesome. Everything after that is just like, what was it about Naruto that turned you off? Was it him just being annoying? Oh, this is a Kaiser Neko thing. Okay, I gotta check that. Corey Gryffindor. Black Parade. Carry on. Would a Steins Gate live action movie work? Absolutely, it would. Be very cerebral. You can make the second half not ass. I mean, yeah, that's a given, Don Otaku, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, yo, this is easy. Like, don't screw it up. Don't do some dumb shit like they did in the fucking, that Netflix movie. Brother Neo, in your honest opinion, would you recommend someone who's overweight to do strength training more than cardio? I'm currently 214 and my goal is to reach 180. Yes, always do strength training. Always do strength training. The thing is, like, people always say, should I work out with weights or do cardio? Do both. Do fucking both. Because when you strength train, you're building muscle. And when you build muscle, you're transforming your physique. So that way, when you cut down fat, you're going to look 10 times better versus just doing cardio. Cardio is going to make you look like a smaller version of yourself. Building muscle, resistance training is going to be way more beneficial to your body in so many other ways that I can't get into right now because they're all scientific terms. But yeah, no, do both. Do both, bro. Because you're overweight, you can lose weight very quickly compared to somebody who's lean. So just ride the wave. Like, strength train 3 to 4 times a week. Do your cardio 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure you're getting in your protein and your adequate calories for your goals, and just keep it going. Months, years, all that stuff. 199 from Julian Phoenix. Netflix is making a live action Gundam. Yeah, we were talking about that, Julian. Like, I could have sworn the guy from Kong Skull Island, I think he was working on that too, but like, all these things stay in development hell. So it's like, when is it gonna happen? I don't know. Live action Gundam could be amazing. Just like looking at Pacific Rim and how amazing the Jaegers looked, like Gundam could look 10 times better. Live action could work since they only have to film 6 attacks and have everyone describe what's going on until the credits. Yeah, that's a lot of anime. I hate when anime describes shit that's happening on screen. Like, we get it. Yu Yu Hakusho live action would slap. Please no. I'm gonna slap people who say that's a good idea. No, thank you. What are your thoughts on Jaden Smith being Miles Morales? He's way too old. Miles Morales, if they're gonna cast him young, he's got to be like 16, 17, around there. You know? But here's my whole thing. Like, I want Miles to be in these movies, but what kills me is that they used Tom Holland as the youthful Spider-Man, and they took all that stuff away from Miles. Like, that whole dynamic of having a younger Spider-Man exists. Like, that was what Miles was. And now I feel like it's just, unless they play it a certain way, it's going to feel like a retread in that respect. I don't know, man. I got to see how they handle it. Because, like, Miles would have been perfect to have, like, a sidekick who knows his identity and have his little gaggle of friends and all that stuff. And it's like, they kind of already did that in the MCU trilogy. Berserk could definitely work as, like, an HBO show. Monster could definitely work as an HBO show. Ooh, Monster. Ooh, Monster from, like, Guillermo del Toro. That'd be sick. Or at least let him, like, guest direct an episode. They're going to make Miles Morales old just to spite you. I mean, why not, man? Let's get an experienced Spider-Man. Do you think Miles could be in the MCU? Oh, no, he's definitely going to be in the MCU, Flame. I think what they're going to do is, if not Spider-Man 4, maybe in the 5th one, but they're definitely going to introduce Miles. Like, they've already teased him, and Spider-Verse is so huge. So it's going to happen. What anime main character has the best harem? I would definitely say, Tenchi Misaki. Because all the girls in Tenchi's crew are fucking badass, bro. $2 from Don Otaku. What? Oh, no, I already answered that. Why did that show up again? That's weird. Wasn't Genki retooled to work with MCU Peter? Yeah, so that's what they did. So they took the character of Ned Leeds in the comics, who Ned Leeds is Hobgoblin. And what they did was they basically made him Peter's best friend. Whereas in the comics, Genki was Miles's friend who helped him do shit and everything. Which is so weird because Peter in the comics never really had best friends or, like I said, a gaggle of friend group and all that stuff. Peter was, for the most part, always a loner. It's not that he didn't have friends. He just didn't really have the time to interact with him on that basis. So while it worked for Miles in the MCU, I feel like that kind of took away a lot of the stuff from Miles. Will they kill Tom Holland off or will he fly off? I don't think they're going to kill him, but they're definitely going to, like, probably have them work in tandem. Eventually, they're going to go ahead and probably give Miles his own movie, which I would love. But my problem, another problem that I have, wait, I missed your other question, Julian Phoenix? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. 199 from Julian Phoenix. My bad, brother. What best villain protagonist? I'm going Lelouch. Lelouch is definitely up there as a. I mean, could you really say he's a protagonist though? Because sometimes that nigga be doing some dark shit. Oh wait, that's why you say villain protagonist. My mind is going crazy right now. Best villain protagonist, Lelouch is definitely up there. There's a strong argument for Light towards until you get towards the end of the show because he starts going wonky. Shit, yeah, no, Lelouch is definitely up there. And that's the problem with a lot of protagonists. Sometimes, like, you have a villain protagonist that ends up becoming, like, a good guy that has some gray areas to him. Which I hate that. I hate, like, we're going to rehabilitate a bad guy. We're going to make him good, but he just does a little bad shit. Like, no, give me the fucking Punisher, bro. Give me the Punisher. Like that scene, that rooftop scene on Daredevil, that shit just lives in my head rent free. So another problem that I would have, and this is again not to Miles' detriment, like this is his fault. It isn't. We just got Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit. Like with the next Spider-Man movie, that'll be Spider-Man that's hopefully removed from everything, removed from the Avengers, removed from having a mentor. Like let him spread his wings and soar, right? But now it's like, oh, we're going to have a Spider-Man movie. Let's have Daredevil in it. Let's have Kingpin. Let's have all this stuff. And it's like, can we just have a movie with Peter Parker handling Peter Parker shit and then have a villain? Like, that's all I want. Like, it feels like Spider-Man's becoming like every Spider-Man movie has to be an event. It has to have like a guest character. It has to have this. It has to have that. Maybe that's because contractually that's what they worked out. Sony's like, okay, we'll let you use him in the MCU, but we got to use your MCU marketing. So give us Daredevil. Give us, Sam Jackson. Give us Iron Man and all that shit. Give us Doctor Strange. But it's like, we need Spider-Man to do his own thing, man. Like, I want him to have his development. Like, finally, like, he's gonna be this Spider-Man who's in his like early 20s, I assume, by the time this movie comes out. Like, let that man live. I don't want him to die. He's definitely not gonna die, but they're definitely gonna make it where they're like similar to the Spider-Man game, They're both existing. The smart thing, if everything worked out perfectly and everything was cool, the smart thing would have been if we went back in time. First off, Sony wasn't hell-bent on this universe building shit. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 comes out, and then that Spider-Man ends up joining the MCU. He has his own movies. He has a couple of movies, because by this point he probably have 4. 4th movie in, you introduce Miles Morales. 5th movie, you can make him Spider-Man. Or you can introduce him like in the 3rd movie at the end. 4th movie, have him be a character, and then become Spider-Man. And then you have the 5th movie. And by that point, Andrew Garfield had already gotten like 4 movies, 5 movies, and not counting the Avengers stuff. And so then you could like sunset his character. You can let him go off, do his own thing. And then you could transition it over to Miles. Like, Miles is the new Spider-Man. And it would make sense. And it would be very organic. And if you wanted to kill him, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but fuck it, you can kill him, because it happened in the comics. That's how Miles came in. But you, at that point, you would have Miles Morales being there, existing as his own character, and then becoming Spider-Man, and then having, if you want to keep Spider-Man, like Peter Parker, alive, he could mentor Miles, and then maybe he dies, if not, whatever, or Peter can do his own thing, Miles can do their own thing, they can have their team-up movies or whatever. Like, that would be great. That would be fucking awesome, man. If they kept Andrew Garfield in the MCU, like, it would have been a completely different scenario. Like, we could have built up to like the best interpretation of Spider-Man ever. But everything is, it's, if only Sony wasn't so greedy and they forced shit and this forced world building shit into Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then they had to reboot it again, it would have been awesome. Because like, I don't care, like, Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man. Like, the way he acts, the way he, like, acting wise especially, like, I love Tobey. Don't get twisted. I love Tobey. I got the nostalgia for Tobey, but that motherfucker can't act, bro. That man is wooden as shit. And if you see it in No Way Home, all 3 of them, it's just like, Tobey Maguire, come on, emote, dude, do something. You just like, But I love Tobey. I just love it. It's just one of those things. But Andrew is quippy. He's energetic. He's just like, boom, boom, boom. And like, he's just awesome, man. But yeah, and now it's like, what, Tom Holland Spider-Man is gonna mentor Miles? What the fuck does Tom Holland Spider-Man have any insight for? Like, well, I was a kid all throughout these movies until the very end where I put on my big boy britches, and now I'm Spider-Man. Oh wait, you're gonna be Spider-Man too? Well, I don't really have any advice to offer you, but Nah, come on now, listen. You watch, watch Tobey Maguire's role in Babylon, and then watch him in the Spider-Man movies, and you're gonna wonder, where's this guy? Like, where is this guy? Like, he just did not, the only time he ever emoted in those Spider-Man movies is when he yells. Like, it's literally, I'm very calm. And then you watch Tobey Maguire and any other shit, and you're just like, what? Where did it go? Dude, I just don't know how we as a society have regressed from visual effects. What? How the fuck did they put out The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in 2 years, and visually it is still the best Spider-Man movie, and it looks like the most realistic Spider-Man movie, and we've went through like 4, 5, 6 different appearances of Tom Holland Spider-Man, and they all look bad. I'm not saying they look like the worst thing in the world, but they don't look good, bro. And they have bigger budgets too most of the time. I don't understand that. Like, I do not understand that shit, bro. Jesus. And what kills me is that they spent the same amount of time working on Amazing Spider-Man 2 that they did the MCU Spider-Man movies. I don't understand it, bro. Like, what the fuck changed? Like, you look at Spider-Man No Way Home, and there are some shots of that movie where I'm just like, this is a movie, bro. And then you look at Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm just like, is this real life, dude? Like, I don't understand that. We gotta go back. We gotta go back to just like pumping the brakes on all these movies. I'm not slandering Tom Holland. I like Tom Holland. I just don't like, how his Spider-Man movies look. They look very flat. They look very dull. It doesn't have a lot of great shots like the Tobey movies do or the Andrew movies do. And the visual effects in the Tom Holland movies, for the most part, are pretty bad. Like, there's some good shots with good effects, but then there's a lot of bad shots with bad effects. They spent money on the wrong projects. Yeah, that's what they did. It's like how PS5 Series X games look worse than PS4 Xbox One games. Yo, that's wild though. If we come across a game that's $70 and it looks worse, that's crazy. Will Disney lose the Mickey Mouse rights? What are we referring to? Oh, this is this man screaming. He's talking about Rivers in the Desert. Let's go. This is a jazz and EDM mix. My man is screaming his lungs out. That is crazy. Shout out to this guy. Dude, listen. Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire. You have so many iconic shots. So many iconic shots. Spider-Man 2, iconic scenes. Spider-Man 2, the most iconic scene there. Okay, there's two scenes in the Tom Holland trilogy that are iconic as fuck. There's the Mysterio dream sequence or whatever. That shit is great. And then there's the Goblin scene in No Way Home. That fight, amazing. But are any of those scenes on the level of the Doc Ock train fight or Peter Parker and his spider sense kicking in and there goes the car coming through the building and he saves Mary Jane? Like, no. Like, it's crazy. Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2, the first 10 minutes of that movie, all the Electro fights and shit. Like, holy, bro. And listen, I'm not a Tom Holland hater. I am not. I like the dude. I just think that, like, they rushed the shit out of his Spider-Man stuff, man. You should do a top 10 Spider-Man movies from best to worst after you see Across the Spider-Verse. At that point, we'll have 10 Spider-Man films. I mean, yeah, as far as like ranking goes, all right. Worst movies. Okay. The worst Spider-Man movie, in my honest opinion, is Spider-Man Far From Home. I know a lot of people are going to say, what? How is it worse than Spider-Man 3 or Amazing Spider-Man 2? Let me tell you why. Because there's no fucking Spider-Man shit in that movie. He does not learn a fucking lesson. He only learns that, like, he learns the most mundane thing, like, oh, you got to learn to move on from grief and be your own person. The vast majority of that movie is this man dicking around on a field trip trying to get a date with a girl. Like, no, bump that nonsense. Stop it. Spider-Man Far From Home is the worst Spider-Man movie. I don't care what people say. Then from there, it's tied between Spider-Man 3 and then Spider-Man The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I put both of them in the same categories because Amazing Spider-Man 2, it does the Death of Gwen Stacy really well and it's visually amazing. And at the same time, Spider-Man 3, the Sandman arc outside him killing Uncle Ben, like, I thought the Sandman arc was great and it has a lot of great memes. So it's awesome in that respect. And then from there, I'm gonna put Spider-Man Homecoming. And then above that, Amazing Spider-Man 1. Above that, Spider-Man 1. Above that, I'm going to put Spider-Man No Way Home. Above that, I'm going to put Spider-Man 2. And above that, I'm going to put Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So that's what it is. So starting at the top, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, What was number 3? Number 3 was wait, what did I say number 3 was? I think number 3 was Spider-Man No Way Home, right? Fuck, I'm forgetting everything. So, going from the top, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. Then I'll put Spider-Man 1, then Amazing Spider-Man 1. Then after that, Homecoming. Then after that, Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man is in the same spot. And then Far From Home at the fucking bottom, bro. Fuck Far From Home, bro. Like the best parts about that movie are in the last 30 minutes. That's it. The rest of that movie, I'm just like, what the fucking Yeah, Defoe basically said, oh, y'all want this kid to be Spider-Man? I'll make him Spider-Man. Hell yeah. What's your list, Don Otaku? I want to see that. What's your favorite Spider-Man suit? My favorite Spider-Man suit is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. I love that thing. Oh, the eyes are so good. The webbing, the material. It's so good. I love that suit. Then after that, I'll say I really liked the Spider-Man. I love the Spider-Man 3 suit. I love that black suit. That thing looks nice. I love the new suit that he makes at the end of No Way Home. That's really good, just based off what we saw. But the thing about the Tom suits is that they're not, like, they don't look real. Like, most of it's CG. It's like Tom, like, he's under the mask, but at the same time, it's like, it just still looks fake. Like, they put, like, this layer over it. It just, The Far From Home suit is good, I will say that. The nice red and black aesthetic is good. Miles Morales' suit in Into the Spider-Verse is amazing. Yeah. Where would you rank the Spider-Man 2018 game among those? Oh, in terms of story for Spider-Man 2018? Oh, Spider-Man 2018 story would definitely be number 3. So if we're counting that, it's Into the Spider-Verse at the top, Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man 2018 the game. Like those 3. Then after that, I put No Way Home. Then after that, Spider-Man 1. Then Amazing Spider-Man 1 and all that. How the hell you put OG Spider-Man 1 movie way back in the list? It's not back in the list. It's number, what? It's number, what is it? Number 5? Number 4? Yeah, it's just like there. It's not like it's the one movie after the top 3. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. I gotta take a call. 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. So, Joker calling him to go to the Phantom Thieves. I think Tom Holland's suit is gonna get a redesign for Spider-Man 4. Oh no, it definitely is. Definitely is, man. He's gonna get like he's making his own suits now in character, so that's gonna be awesome. How do you feel with the Tom Holland face on the remaster? Oh, please no. That's I mean, I've warmed up to it now because that's gonna be the default face going forward, but man, it's not pretty. It's just like I'm so accustomed to the old one, man. But I'll get over it. I'm alright. I'll live. What if we get Insomniac to give us a proper Spider-Man movie? I don't really think you need to get Insomniac because they're really good at the games. You just need great writers and great talent. That's all it is. No, the remaster face just makes him look like a little kid, bro. Like, I get it. He's 23, but they make him look like he's this, like, 2 years older than Miles. Thoughts on the Secret Wars trailer? You mean Secret Invasion? They didn't put out no Secret Wars trailer. That's like years away. Hey, I appreciate that, Trap to my psych. I was reading stories on Reddit. How would you feel if your child took $250 from you but made hundreds of millions of dollars and gave you 10 million? Would you feel conflicted they stole or not even care? If they took the money, yeah, obviously they took the money without my permission, regardless of whether or not something good happened. Now, thankfully, something good did happen. But still, it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, ask me next time. I'll say that much. So if somebody, like, I mean, but still, I'm getting $10 million out of it, but still, it's kind of like, still did the wrong thing. But at that point, are we really, like, losing sleep over that shit? Oh, Portal 2 is fantastic, bro. I loved Portal 2. Such a good co-op game. It's about the morals. Exactly, PS Tutorials. It is definitely about the morals. It's the FBI. He failed successfully. Well, it's kind of like Hollywood, you know, you sort of fail upwards. That's how it is. People somehow get jobs, all these producers and shit. Oh, man, I definitely need to hit myself with a massage gun later, bro. Jesus. My body's been feeling so stiff as of late. Oh, my God. I'm looking at the clock. Oh, wow. It is about to be 8:45, you guys. Holy shit. Time is flying. So I'm thinking it might be about time for us to wrap it up for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going on for, what, a little over 2 hours? A little over 2 hours, man. It's looking like we're getting back to the usual Ask Neo flow. So, yeah, man. I want to thank y'all, of course, as usual, for coming out to the stream, for all the support, for all the likes, all the super chats, all that great stuff. And it is always just a pleasure and a privilege kicking it with y'all. But before we go, we got to do something that we didn't do the last time. As you guys know, we have something on the stream called a hydration check. Now, I mentioned earlier on in the stream what a hydration check is. A hydration check is my way of keeping you guys accountable, making sure you guys are drinking your water, all that good jazz. And tonight, we are actually going to have ourselves a proper hydration check because I am not going to be downing shots. I'm going to be downing water, which I'm going to get right now. I'm trying to figure out where exactly in my room. I have the water. I just had a bottle of water, and it is somewhere not here. It is gone. So I will go get water. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Your boy's back. We back, y'all. We back. Oh god. So we have $1.99 for Blue Senshi. Tequila shot, what? No, we're not having tequila shot. We're not. We're going to have our water. We're going to have our hydration check, and we are going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, grab your favorite H2O beverage of choice. This is a fresh, never opened bottle of seltzer water. So you know we're going to get a whole bunch of TV static tonight. So we're going to go ahead. All right, guys. On the count of 3. Water only. We're being responsible tonight. 1, 2, 3. Hydration. Oh, man. It feels good to hydrate with water at the end of the stream instead of 8 shots of alcohol. But, yeah, you guys, thank you so much as always for coming through to the stream. Thank you so much for all the support. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. And as always, continue to be the amazing and fantastic individuals that you are. Get a lot of gaming in, watch a lot of TV shows, some anime, movies, have a lot of great sex, whatever y'all are doing. We will be back next Tuesday evening to discuss a lot of things. More specifically, the Super Mario Brothers movie, with which Jason and I are going to be watching tomorrow night. Yeah, so 24 hours from now, we will be in the theaters watching Chris Pratt playing Chris Pratt playing Mario. That's what definitely we're going to be doing tomorrow night. But yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your mornings, your afternoons, your evenings, what have you. And for me for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.